Hello, everybody. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Rachel.
And this is So I'm Watching Outlander, Season 7, Episode 2, The Happiest Place on Earth. That's good.
Yeah. Still feeling positive about it.
Still feeling positive. We did another big time jump. Brianna had the baby. Baby Mandy.
Yep.
Yeah, right. And then by the end of the episode, Lizzie's had a baby as well. And Jamie has allowed them to stay together, Lizzie and the twins. Fuck off. Like... They're fine. And so then basically the whole gist of this episode, I feel like it was a little shorter too.
Really?
Did it feel long to you?
It just felt like a full hour of Outlander.
I don't know. Maybe my internal timing is all messed up from that episode of The Bear yesterday.
Oh, maybe.
Regardless, the main point of the episode is that Claire finds like essentially a heart murmur kind of a thing in the baby. And so they have to go back to the future.
Yep.
So they have to they're going to Boston. They have to find gemstones. And so that all four of them have a gemstone to make it back.
No, they are telling people they're going to Boston. They are not.
Or, well, yeah. But they're going to Boston. They're going to Ocracoke. Yeah. And so they still have to find gemstones. And I had remembered that they had a bunch of gemstones and they put them in a melted candle. Or they put them in wax, and so whenever something has to happen, they melt a candle.
I don't remember.
Regardless, there were a couple of really nice scenes. I liked the scene I liked most of the scene with Claire and Jamie when he gave her that garnet or whatever, and was in case I've just been holding on to it in case you ever wanted to leave again if you want to go with them, and she hucked it out the window.
Yeah,
look. That's money. Especially in the 1700s. That's a buttload of money.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate the sentiment of being no, I'm not going anywhere. But you really could have just put it right back in the bag and put it back in his hand and be like, thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, especially because at the end of that scene, he was like, you need to go find that.
Well, he said we should probably go look for the gemstones.
Yeah. That's money.
Yeah, don't do that.
Because it got us into a conversation about in TV shows and stuff, when someone proposes and the person says no and they huck the ring into the river or the lake or whatever, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, and then
get your money back.
Yeah, and then for the Akatar girlies, when Cassian throws whatever he got Nesta into the river, and it's someone spent time and money on that. Maybe just hide it for later or give it to somebody else.
It's a no for me. Yeah. Don't let your emotions take you over.
I don't know. I just Claire be Clairing.
She do.
It's par for the course, I guess.
Yeah. So starting out the episode, though, that's the main part of the episode. And for me, the scene that was the longest was them saying goodbye at the Stones. It took for fucking ever.
Yeah. Well, it's just... Spoiler alert, if you haven't read the books, get out now or pause or mute
Fast
us.
Forward, yeah.
But I just know that they're not gone forever.
Yeah.
So I'm just
So there's that too. But then also Claire has been using these stones like an Uptown Express train.
I know, right?
And she gets so sad at the end, as if they died.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm never gonna see them again. And I'm just like, but probably you will.
You probably are, though.
Plus gemstones are a lot easier to come by in the modern world.
Literally.
I get it. I 100% get it. It sucks. She's allowed to be sad, but at the same time, I'm with you. I'm just sort of okay, but
you know that they're gonna come back.
It's gonna be fine.
Yeah. And also, who's to say what happens with Jamie and the Revolutionary War?
Yeah.
So you could nope right back to the future yourself. So it's just calm down.
Yeah. I think that part of it is very much because she wouldn't leave Jamie to die alone.
Yeah.
But treating them like they're dead. I'm just you've been doing this. You've done this 4 times. You're good.
Yeah, and
I think you're good.
You mean to tell me that if Roger and Bree didn't never come back, Jemmy and Mandy wouldn't be curious enough to come back?
For sure.
Just, you'll be fine.
For sure.
It'll be fine.
So to jump all the way back to the beginning of the episode, Claire is like out foraging or whatever, and she comes back and Alan is at Malva's grave and he is dealt with expeditiously.
Yeah. Okay. Do you feel like that whole storyline has been so oddly edited and placed in things because it feels very much like an afterthought. Like we just need to like get through it, which yes, please, I would love to get through it. But I'm just kind of like, why were we doing it this way?
I do agree. I also sort of think, because we seemingly had a big time jump between the previous episode and this one.
Yeah,
because
her hair got longer.
Her hair got longer. Brianna had the baby. So, like, we did a lot. But the thing for me is, like, why did Alan come back suddenly? Is this just the first time they're seeing him? Like, there's a lot of questions, and also, especially, I don't remember how this exactly happens in the book, so I don't know if this is, like, 100% correct or whatever, but it just feels sort of odd that Claire's just wandering around alone and runs into him just sort of by magic. I mean, it's just bizarre, and then he just unloads the whole story on her, like, yeah, I was definitely having sex with her, but it was because he loved her and because, like, they gave him the baby right after she was born. I was like,
no.
I like that we have mental health professionals today.
Yeah,
I like that. Me too. Because it's like, they didn't give you the baby. They probably were just like, hold your sister for a minute. And he was like, ah, yes, mine. Yuck.
Yeah.
So he, like, just admits everything, that it was his baby, but then he found out that she had sex with Ian and that someone else too. And he just, like, got furious, and she was on her way to tell Claire the full truth. And he was like, and then she said, I don't love you. And he lost his marbles.
Yep. Well, and then he went to go kill himself, and Claire was like, no, you don't get to kill yourself. And I'm like, why?
Why not?
Let him do it himself. And then because, you know, if you believe in Catholicism or whatever, like, he's screwed. He can't go anywhere.
Claire doesn't.
Yeah. But I mean, like, everyone else, like, let him go where he needs to go. Yeah. So I just find for him just to be taken out by Ian, which I'm not mad about, like, get your vengeance or whatever, but, like, I don't know, just kind of like let him do it.
Yeah.
And when she was like, you know, your father sacrificed too much, and we're like, let him take himself out, ma'am.
Yeah, I agree. Also, was Ian actually, like, into Malva?
I think that she made him think that he was.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I think that she was very much like, ooh.
It's like sort of a weird kind of retconned character for her too, because she was crazy.
Yeah.
She was also super crazy, and that, like, flashback of her in the garden with Alan made her look very, like, I have to do the right thing, and it's like, well, I don't think she was gonna stop manipulating after that.
No. Because also, she poisoned Claire to get rid of her.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Super, super weird.
Just not a great family all around.
Yeah. But then they, Claire and young Ian, they go to bury Alan in the woods, and Mrs. Bug stumbles upon them and is like, he was terrible. I'll help you.
Yeah.
And they were like,
we need to hurry up though.
But it'll have to be fast.
Yeah.
So that goes great, and then the rest of the episode is basically about getting all the gems they need so that Roger and Bree and the kids can go back. They do run into, or Bree specifically runs into Lord John and Willie, which is cool. The guy that plays Willie is hot.
Yeah, yes,
he's got a great nose, and they just have a full volume conversation about Jamie being his father in the middle of the street.
Well, Brianna and Lord John. Yeah. Willie is not there.
Willie's not there. Willie has left. He is chafing at his father's presence.
Yeah, I cannot wait to go to war.
Yeah, he just really
super stoked.
Super wants to kill people. It's also so funny to me, just like stuff like this is always kind of hit or miss for me, and Outlander has been more than hits than misses, but it's why I don't love prequel things, because it's like, we know that the English are not going to win this war. And so it makes me just giggle every single time because also Bree and Roger and Claire and Jamie all also know that the British are not going to win this war.
Yeah.
And Lord John kind of does too because they have come clean to him about everything. So he knows all about it.
I just would have a hard time like keeping my face straight anytime anyone was popping off about how the redcoats were going to show him what's what. I'd just be like,
because Lord John is like, what force can stand against the English army? And I'm just like,
so many forces.
This entire country, I promise you.
Yeah. No one will let you guys win.
Yeah. So they're having that full volume conversation. Bree is like, I think he has a right to know. And then John and Jamie have the conversation later, and they both are like, I don't think he should, probably.
Yeah.
And I think it's whatever.
Well, because, I mean, Bree is coming to it with, like, a very late, like, future thinking of it, because she does compare the situation between her and Frank and them. But there is an earlship that is on the line here. So if his patronage is questioned, then he loses everything.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, well, if he knows, is he going to be one of those noble idiots who like turns it down because he knows the truth of himself or something, or like, I don't know.
Instead, he just throws a fit.
Yeah, or like, I mean, he might die in war, doesn't it? You know, I don't know.
I don't know either, but whatever. Storytelling.
Yeah.
Yay.
And then there was this really psychotic moment where at the beginning of the scene with Lord John and Jamie, I believe Jamie turned down a glass of whiskey, or it is implied that he has turned down a glass of whiskey. And then they're talking about it, and he goes, I might need that whiskey after all. And so John pours him the whiskey, and then through the course of the conversation, Jamie gets so upset as the whiskey's at his mouth that he slams it back down on the table and he never drinks the whiskey. I don't know. It made me feel like that scene in whichever of the Star Wars prequels where Padme like walks out onto the balcony in that stupid nightgown and then she sees him and goes to turn away and then he sees her and then she comes back and I'm just like, who framed this scene? Like,
I don't know.
So they basically part as secret friends. Like they can't, it's going to be too dangerous for both of them going forward to keep up their like active friendship, which sucks. And they just, okay. Lord John is in love with Jamie, but they both love each other.
Oh yeah.
Like Jamie loves him too, just in a different way. And it's sad. They're both sad.
Yeah.
And he gives them the last stone they need, which is the stone that I forgot, but you said Jamie.
From the Stewart treasure.
Jamie gave it to him after he swam to that little island. So I'm like remembering something about, especially with in this episode, the bugs have all of that, don't they?
The treasure?
Yeah. Or are the gold bars from the gold bars are from, no, it is that treasure because, Jocasta had it all.
Oh, you're right.
And they found it on her property. That's why they already have all the gems. That's why I this didn't need to be an issue. They had all of these gems already. And then, but then I think the bugs found it. Because they hid it. Don't they hid it? Didn't they hide it under the house where the white sow goes? So it's the white sow's like protecting it.
Oh,
yeah. Doesn't that it's tickling my brain.
Yeah. It's all coming back to me now.
Because that's kind of, I feel like when the house burns down in this episode, don't they find it underneath?
I think so. I would love to go back and reread these books, but I don't know have it in me. I don't have it in me.
Regardless.
Well, I mean, we're gonna find out anyway watching the show. But no, because
the bugs have something.
Yeah.
Because Mr. Bug was like, it's my right. Or as
he was like, never you mind where I got it from.
Exactly. Yeah. But also, I remember in the book him being like, I'm entitled to this for some reason. Yeah.
Sure.
I think we are about to be also expeditiously done with the bugs.
Probably.
Yeah.
I kind of appreciate that we are just like ripping through time. This is like the third show that we've watched as of late that is just like time jump after time jump. And I appreciate it.
Because we just watched season 2 of The Bear and it was very similar where it was just like weeks just going down. We were skipping like 4 weeks at a time. It was amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. So at the end of the episode, I guess it was fine this time because Jamie had also been abducted inside the house, but Claire, like, comes up to the house in the dusk after foraging again, and the door is open.
And we all know, if I'm walking up to my house and my door is ajar, I go, nope, and I leave. And I walk to the end of where I'm at, and then I call someone.
Yeah.
And then I go in there and, like, wait a few minutes, and then I'll probably call to see if Bo's okay.
I'm just going to get in my car and drive back away as I call 911. And I'm going to go park at that fire station that's right up the road.
Yeah, I'm not. And she knows something's up. Her spidey senses are tingling. So it's like, why do you still walk inside?
Yeah. So in addition to that, for me, is like, I know it's like some distance, but there is a whole town, like a whole town's worth of people so close. Okay. Go get someone else. Either way, she goes in, and Wendigo Donner is there. He lights one of the matches that Bree made, and he's very excited about that. And he says he doesn't understand why it didn't work when he tried to go through the stones.
Because you suck.
Because he sucks. I forgot that he sucked so bad.
Yeah, me too.
I thought he was, like, kind of okay.
Yeah,
I also thought he was already dead.
Me too.
Regardless, he managed to escape from where Roger left him, which I don't love that Roger left him.
Why?
Because I think that kind of caused this. If Roger had helped him, he wouldn't have, or he would have at least been nice about it.
Would he have, though?
Maybe. I don't think he would have been this mean.
I don't know.
Either way.
I don't know. He's desperate, and I think because he's desperate, he will do whatever he needs to do.
Sure. Well, and at this point, if he's escaped from custody, then he can't go, like, to a store, like they did, and buy, like, a stone. So he basically is like, it didn't work last time, and I also was nervous, so I got drunk first, and I woke up, and the stone was gone, and I was still here. And Claire, it's the same conversation we had last week. I'm not sure. I think she and Brianna are angrier at him because of the thing with the Browns than they should be.
I think that Claire has every right for her feelings.
Sure. But she's like disgusted with him in a way that it's just sort of like, I don't remember that episode very well. It was horrific and I didn't like it and I never went back and watched it again. But like, what could he have done?
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Well, so
like, would everything be fine if he had gotten himself killed? Like, then can you forgive him not doing anything? I don't know.
Well, she still helped him though. Because she could have really been like, I'm not telling you anything. Get the hell out of my house.
That's fair.
Right. She was at least like, you're a piece of shit. Here, get out of my hair. Go away and don't ever come back.
Don't be drunk and think about where you want to go.
Yeah, like she literally. Yeah, she told him, but she very much, because I would still have an attitude towards him because you're a fucking idiot.
An attitude for sure.
Yeah, but so I mean, give him the information so he'll leave. But then it's just like, and then it just didn't help anyway.
No. That's why I'm so confused about where these gemstones are. Because they exist somewhere. Someone actually did get that Stewart gold. Mm-hmm. Someone had, and it was Jocasta, I think.
I don't know. I don't remember.
It is on the premises. I just so distinctly remember them, like, burying the stones in a candle. And then every time they need one, they light the candle and let it burn until it melts and they can grab one. That's, for me, I was just getting so annoyed because I was like, I know they are in there somewhere. And that would have made it so much more dramatically, like, interesting if Claire and Jamie were like, oh, we know where the stones are, but like, uh-oh. And then he's like, I need a couple just in case. And I'm like, you don't?
Yeah, now you're just being
tacky. You're being greedy.
Yeah,
now you're being greedy.
So now it's like, so then you deserve to get blown up.
So he's brought people and they are ransacking the house looking for gems and stuff, and they go into Claire's surgery, which is so annoying, and they're just smashing stuff, all the bottles of ether. And then he decides to light one of Bree's matches, and the house explodes.
Kablooey.
Yeah. I had forgotten that it was, like, I knew that it was after Roger and Bree left, but I had forgotten that it was, like, I guess it's not immediate if it's been, like, months enough that Lizzie had her baby and everything, but...
What book just came out? Was it 9 or 8? It was 9.
9,
right? Okay. So are we technically in book 6 or book 7 right now?
I believe 7.
Okay. Because I was like, well, that makes sense that they are building the house later, because I think they just kind of say, screw it. And then they go fight in the war and they like move around. And because they are actively building the house in book 9.
Okay.
Or they're building a house, because that's why I ended up quitting, because it was just talking about the daily building of things and I couldn't do it.
Okay. I think that book 7 is the last one I read.
Okay.
And I think I started book 8 and I didn't finish it. This is not important. Anyway, the house exploded.
Yes.
Which sucks because they had a lot of expensive stuff in there.
A beautiful house.
Stuff that like took a long time to.
I did love.
And I don't think homeowners insurance exists at this point.
No, it did not. I did love though when they're having the conversation about Mandy's heart condition. There's all the bullet holes in the wall still from when the Browns descended upon the house. I was like, I like that touch.
There's only so much you can do.
Really, there really is.
But yeah, so that is the end of this episode. Jamie had mentioned being able to like see Claire in her proper time in his dreams sometimes, and then I guess in the next episode he has seen Roger and Bree at Lallybroch, which is fun because I remember that sort of stuff from the book. So I'm excited to keep watching. Yeah. I'm having fun. You guys got really sad with us last week, thinking we were just gonna like hard quit, and we are not going to hard quit. Yeah. We have committed to this season. We are almost certainly going to do every episode. If we ever skip an episode, we will likely discuss it in the following week. And that'll only happen if we are so disgusted that we don't want to sit down and talk about it.
And we don't want to sit here and like
just
shit talk it on camera. You guys don't like when I do that. So
they don't like when I do it either.
So.
The one with glasses.
The one that talks.
Yeah. So regardless, we will be here for the duration of season 7. So you don't have to worry about it. We are doing it. And so far I've been pleased with these two. So.
Yeah. And we are glad that you guys like want us to do it. Yeah. So, you know, it's encouraging for us to know that you guys are here with us and you want us to do it for sure. So thank you for the feedback. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Yes. But yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm looking forward to keeping going. The attitude feels lighter for sure.
A bit
from last season. Everything like my chest doesn't hurt. I feel like we can
sitting down to try to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, we will be back next week. At some point, we'll try to get these out on Friday, but not this week. Yeah. Today is not that day.
No.
So yeah, let us know what you think and like and subscribe, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.